Alright, this is my tank. It is 90 gallons, so it's 4 feet long. It's about, I don't know, I guess about 2 feet tall, maybe? Yeah, 2 feet tall. This is the aquascaping, which is the most important part because that's how you prevent territorial disputes, and also they make their homes in the rocks. I mean, at night when you turn off the lights, you can't see one fish in general except these two. There's a clownfish and his wife. They both sleep inside of this little crevice right here that this cleaner shrimp is in. And it's funny because the male, he likes to sleep closest to the wall, so when the little female gets in between him and the wall, he boots her out rudely. But she always sleeps right by his side because they're a pair. So this is all the aquascaping. Took a lot of time and thinking. It's very intricate. I had to keep it kind of hollow, so all the rocks are hollow, and there's a lot of space back here for their houses. I'm sure a lot of disputes go down over territory, over sleeping places and stuff, but I don't see it. And in general, these are all friendly fish. They all get along, and they form a school up here, basically, where they all swim together as friends. And if the smallest bump or like a loud noise or something, they all scatter right back into the rocks very fast. You can't see one fish. So basically, this is a firefish. He's a goby, and he lives in this crevice. He inside of the hole, the actual hole. He comes out and he hangs out around here for the day. This is a yellow watchman goby. He lives inside this hole. I don't know if you could see it, but there's a hole down there. That's where he lives. He's going back in. He protects that. It's the nature of that fish. He doesn't let things really get near there. These are scarlet cleaner shrimp, and these are basically parasite cleaners, and they also clean up extra food that the fish missed, and they will go inside the fish's mouths to take parasites out. The fish trust them, and they have long white arms that signal to the fish that they're beneficial and they shouldn't be picked on or eaten. This here is a Pacific sailfin tang, and it is a algae eater, and it's a very interesting fish. It was actually 1 or 2 days away from death when I got it, and I from starvation, and I've filled it up a lot. You can see its belly is kind of big. It's one of my favorites. The clownfish and his wife you've seen. See if I can get her wife. His wife. She's over there. She's getting used to everybody. These are the green chromis. These you can keep in a group. These are the only saltwater fish that you can keep more than one if they're not a pair. Because in general, saltwater fish, they fight the ones that look alike for whatever reason, but these ones are friendly. They're a schooling fish, so you can keep a group of them. These are about the only ones. There's a few other schooling types, but in general, these ones aren't. This is a filamented flasher wrasse that I like him because when he goes into breeding mode, his colors can turn to electric green, electric pink, electric yellow, and he basically does that to attract females and ward off competing males. This is a royal gurama, a Gurama laredo. He's a small fish. He likes to go through the holes in the rocks. He's small enough. His house is around here, so he just stays in this general area until he gets more comfortable with everybody else. There is also a Bangai cardinal. This is just a beautiful fish that I love. Look at the pattern on his bottom fins. This is amazing. What other fish we got in here? Right now they're all swimming around like this. There's a yellow clown goby. He's peaceful. He just cruises around and he gets along with everybody. Right now they're all just swimming around like this because I have the propeller off and they're looking for food. But when the propeller's on, they go to their usual activities, which is their displays to each other and their interactions with each other, which is by far the most interesting reason to keep fish. Is their interactions with each other. They're very smart saltwater fish. They're not like other types of freshwater fish. This is a citron clown goby, and they like to just sit on rocks and perch. And what's funny about them is that if another fish tries to come sit near them on the rock, they measure each other and they go into a whole display to see who deserves the rock. A whole production out of the stinking rock. They're funny fish. Here's another one. The only reason they get along is because they're both females. I had a super male in here, but he was just kicking the shit out of both of them. You would never see them, so I had to take him out. And believe me, in this tank this size with all these spots, he was a pain in the ass to catch. I had to feed him and catch him with a net. So that's pretty much my tank. I have some algae growth. That's because in New York there's phosphates in the water. So whenever you do a water change, it fuels algae. But I just hooked up this breeder's net over here with some Chaeto algae. So hopefully this will outcompete the algae. And also my tang will put a large dent into the algae, which will in time make it go away. And the most interesting thing about saltwater is these live rocks that they come from the ocean. I have a few of them over here. See, there's a sea squirt coral growing out of that one, and there's some feather duster worms, the colony, 3 of them. Those, if you bother them, they'll go back in. Let me see. Yes, I can't bother. If you bother them, they'll jolt, but they'll all rush back into their things. But these rocks, they have a lot of life from the ocean. Little micro starfish, little shrimps, things that you don't even pay for, little crabs, very small copepods, amphipods, things that after a while they breed with each other and they fill up all the rocks, and so your rocks are just full of life. When you turn off the lights at night, if you have a light in the red spectrum that animals generally can't see, you could see all the life come out of the rocks. It's like a whole different world. And if most saltwater lights, they come with moonlight, so you could see all that happen. But basically that's my fish tank. And I have one more over here, but even if I got this fish to come out, you probably wouldn't see him. He's small, but he's got a nice neon face, and he's very fun to watch in person. Oh yeah, and I have some hermit crabs in here just to keep the tank clean. These guys, they eat all the leftover uneaten food, and they're funny. Hermit crabs have interesting behaviors. They steal their shells from snails, and they steal from each other, and they're funny guys. I have a bunch of them to do cleanup. And I had a starfish, but I don't think those are good to keep out of the ocean. They get their nutrients from some unknown way, so it didn't last very long in here, so I had to give them a better place. But basically that's my tank. Thanks for watching.